Before we get started with the whole intro and how this video is going, I just need to rep I need to rep the merch. I'm gonna do some insert pictures like here because I got this new Youngblood merch and I love it. I love it. I pre-ordered it last month and I'm so glad that I did. I got it the other day and I'm just very, very excited to have this merch. Hey guys, how you doing? It's me, MJ. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. It has been a little while since I've filmed and a while since I've uploaded. Last week was busy. And then I also missed Thursday's upload because I was going to do my bullet journal video, but I still don't know what I'm doing for that. But that will be up this Thursday. However, that is not what we're here to talk about today, because while I was away, we got 2 episodes of WandaVision to catch up on. As usual, we have a lot to talk about today. And if you haven't been here before, I have a whole playlist that will be up in the cards over here with my thoughts on the first 5 episodes of WandaVision. But today I'm talking about episode 6 and episode 7 in the same video, so this video will be longer than it usually is. But that's fine because we have a double whammy and we only have 2 episodes of the show left. And I am stressed. You know why I'm stressed? Because we got some reveals. I'm just going to get into the video and, spoilers as always. Okay, so as usual, we get the opening title sequence. We're talking about the actual little, WandaVision? The little WandaVision title sequence, which, I love all of them. They're so good. I love how distinct this show is. Like, Marvel have outdone themselves. One thing that I do want to bring up as I'm talking about this little opening title is, Pietro Maximoff as himself. Okay. we get the first of so much fourth wall breaking in this episode. We get it in this episode, and then the next episode is very fourth wall centric. I like it. I like the fact that the show feels so self-aware, because even there'll be bits where people are like, oh, Wanda doesn't like what's happening. Do you want us to run that from the top? Like, do you want us to do it again so it's the way that you want it to be? Like, it feels so... I don't even know what the word is, man. It feels just so meta. And I really like it. There's something... It doesn't take itself seriously. Like, it's fun whilst also being really interesting. And I love that. We get a lot more evidence that Pietro is not the Pietro from the MCU, but is most likely Pietro from the X-Men because, the whole Pietro Maximoff is himself, and also he doesn't his memories of situations are different to Wanda's memories, and so I'm just here like, this is how they introduce the multiverse. They are introducing the multiverse through this, and I need to go watch X-Men, apparently. I think I'm going to watch one of them tonight, because apparently I need to catch up on my Marvel knowledge now that Disney own Fox, and we can properly have the X-Men in the MCU. Also to do with Pietro, he can see Tommy and Billy breaking the fourth wall, or at least he notices it, and I'm not sure if that's just because he knows a lot. He knows a lot considering the fact that he died, and he has a lot of information that you wouldn't think he would know, but he does. But I can I feel like that's to do with a certain someone. The like acting director of Sword or whatever, Hayward, is so annoying. Like, someone please punt him into the sun. He has his own agenda. He has his own agenda. That's the only explanation for it. Because he's so shoot first, ask questions later. But at the same time, he doesn't even know if shooting first is a good idea. Because no one knows what the hell is happening. And if Wanda dies, what happens to the Hex? What happens to the people in the Hex? What happens to Vision? What happens to the world if Wanda dies? Who knows? Not Hayward, but is he still going in guns a-blazing? Yes, he is. For some reason. He is going in guns a-blazing, and I don't know why. And he's pissing me off. I've seen this, like, I don't know if it's like a proper theory, but this like thing where it's just like, he may be Hydra. I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Because who knows what the hell is wrong with him? Not me. Did I go on a bit of a rant about Hayward, a character that I do not give a single iota of about? Yes. Yes, I did. We come back to this question that I have like every episode, which is, how powerful is Wanda? How powerful is Wanda? I would like somebody to answer my question, because she's mad powerful. She's mad powerful, but also I think this is where we start to see her powers aren't working quite the way that she would want them to. And this time there's not an excuse of her being pregnant. Because like when Vision is out on his like patrol or whatever, and he sees the people, some of the people like near the outskirts of the town are like stuck like in the middle of a motion. And then the further he gets out of town, like, people are fully frozen. But then we get to Agnes, who for some reason is not completely and utterly still. And that gets explained later, and Agnes is such a character in this show. And I think pretty much everyone was under the, like, everyone was kind of just like, oh, okay, this is the Agatha Harkness character. They actually revealed it in episode 7. I was like, oh crap. They actually told us. And like, in my head, I was like, yeah, okay, I know this. I've watched theory videos. I know. Okay. But then they actually went, I'm Agatha Harkness, nice to meet you. And I went, oh my gosh, they did it. They did it. Oh, okay. We get the first kind of inkling that her powers aren't working properly, not only with the people stuck in motion, but also, I think this is the Easter egg that everyone like noticed, but when Wanda, Pietro, and Billy and Tommy were going past a theatre, it said The Incredibles and The Parent Trap, which are in cinemas at the same time, but those are movies that came out 6 years apart. Because Parent Trap, according to Google, came out in 1998. I haven't actually watched Parent Trap, but yeah. And The Incredibles came out in 2004. So I think that's kind of like our first like hint of, hey, Wanda's not fully in control right now. Or if she is in full control, she's not doing it properly. Tommy and Billy have superpowers, and I think we all kind of knew this, but they have the exact same powers, or almost the same powers, as Wanda and Pietro. Tommy has his little super speed, because he's apparently a baby Pietro in this episode. And then Billy has telepathic powers so far. I don't know if he has the whole, hand-wavy magic thing that Wanda does, but he has got the telepathic abilities. I'm curious to see if they will develop into like hand-wavy red magic the same way that Wanda's are now, or if they're just gonna stay as telepathic, because I feel like it's interesting either way. But I think it would be more interesting if they actually diverge from Wanda's full power set. But I think the kids may end up being stronger than the originals. But again, are they mutants now? I still don't understand how they were born. Did Wanda create them by herself? Or I still don't quite know how the kids came to be. So I'm not sure how they're inheriting the powers. Because Pietro and Wanda both got their powers from the Mind Stone. And Vision is powered by the Mind Stone. We're Hayward tracking Vision instead of Wanda because naturally Hayward has his own agenda right now and he wants to make Vision into a weapon, which, am I surprised? Not really, to be quite honest. Just like, okay. I don't know. Hayward's an asshole. Like, Hayward is just... I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish he died back in episode 5. But I feel like we need character motivation a bit more because we still don't quite know what the hell he's trying to do here in the first place. So once he gets character motivation, then he can die. Or they'll bring him back in another movie. Who knows? Yeah, not me. Pietro has so much information. I don't understand why he knows as much as he does. Because he knows Vision died. Because he makes the comment and Wanda tries to yeet him across the entire town square or whatever. But it's like, why does Pietro know that Vision died? Because Pietro died before Vision did. And so I'm guessing whoever resurrected Pietro, Agatha, is the reason that he has so much information. But what purpose does it serve for him to have so much information? Because I feel like he was put there to be a spy. But Agnes could spy very easily by herself. So, I don't get why Agnes brought Pietro back, is my question. But we've got 2 episodes to find out what Agnes was doing the entire time. Gonna move on to episode 7. I've already kind of talked about the whole Agnes is Agatha Harkness, who is another witch, and yeah. This is the more Office style episode. I haven't watched The Office, like, fully. I've seen clips. I think everyone knows the gifs that are, like, the big reaction ones or whatever. There's a lot of fourth wall breaking. There's more in this episode than there was in episode 6. Wanda's powers are truly just not working properly for her. She keeps switching between eras of things by accident. And so I think Wanda overloaded her powers, but I don't know how much. Because she's still mad powerful, and that's like, she needs to be put in check. But I also really want her to be a villain. I want her to be a villain. And she's not broadcasting anymore, I think was the main thing that I kind of, like, clocked onto. The fact that she's not broadcasting, but the episode is still sitcom-y, like Vision's stuck in the sitcom, she's in the sitcom, and Agnes is in the sitcom. And I think that's really interesting because those are like the main 3 characters. And they're all still going by the sitcom, and Wanda and Agnes Wanda's doing it because that's how she wants it to do. Agnes is doing it, I'm not sure why. And then Vision is being forced to do it. I don't quite get how Vision is working right now. Because he cannot survive outside of the Hex. So how did Wanda bring him back to life? If he literally cannot live outside of the Hex, he's not fully alive, and it's very confusing because her powers are the only thing that are keeping Vision alive right now. Wanda has a weird connection with Agnes. Like, Wanda really trusts Agnes up until the end of this episode, and it didn't make sense to me. Because on the one hand, I guess Wanda thought that she could control Agnes, which is obviously not the case now. But she had a weird, like, oh yeah, you could take my kids. And it's just like, Agnes really was apparently out here being subtle enough that Wanda didn't know that something was up with her. But Wanda is creating basically what we're seeing for the most part. So, I don't know how Wanda didn't realise that something was up with Agnes before. But here we are. And Agnes keeps mentioning her husband Ralph, and we never see her husband Ralph. It's been 7 episodes, and she keeps mentioning Ralph every so often, and it's like, are we going to see Ralph? Is Ralph the rabbit? Is Ralph the rabbit? Because that's the only explanation I have right now. If we don't see him in the next 2 episodes, I'm just going to have to automatically assume that Ralph is the rabbit. Like, there's nothing else I can do. And get Billy kind of being like, hey, you're quiet, Agnes. It's like, yeah, because she's shielding her thoughts, would be my assumption. I don't know how Agnes's powers work, because I don't know if they're similar to Wanda's. I guess they are. From what we see from the end of the episode, she's able to kind of show Wanda what was happening, like at least what she was doing the entire time. So I guess her powers work like Wanda's. But then where did she get her powers? Was she always this powerful? Why did she know what Wanda was doing in the first place? I want to know how Agnes knows things. I would like some villain backstory right now, because she's been a whole enigma for the past 7 episodes, and now it's like, hey, we know who you are, but we still don't know what you're doing here, why you're doing anything that you're doing. Like, is she working by herself? Is she working for someone else? Who knows? Not me. I'm confused. I want to know though. And we get Monica going back into the Hex, even though Darcy literally said last episode, if you go back into the Hex, it's rewriting your cells. You ain't gonna be so hot. And it's just like, she's like, no, I'm going back into the Hex because I need to help Wanda. And so Monica has powers now, which again was one of the things that everyone was kind of just like, yeah, we agree. Wanda's gonna get her powers by going back into the Hex, which is cool. The scene where she goes back in and there's like all the people talking and things, I think one of the last things that gets said is by Carol, and I think it might have been from Captain Marvel. I don't know. I need to rewatch Captain Marvel. Monica's powers. We are going to have a Monica and Wanda boss battle. And hopefully Agnes as well. Although I really want Monica and Wanda to battle each other, but I feel like it's going to be Monica and Wanda versus Agnes, and that's fine. But I really want Wanda to be the villain, so Monica versus Wanda would be fun. If they don't fight in the last 2 episodes, what's the point? What's the point if they don't fight in the last 2 episodes? Explain that one to me. But we get the last bit of the episode. We get the reveal that Agnes is Agatha Harkness. Billy and Tommy have disappeared somewhere. I don't know where they went. So we're gonna have to go look for them, I guess. And Wanda now knows who Agnes is. And that's great. Why they left it on a cliffhanger again, I don't know. All they know how to do apparently is leave things on cliffhangers, and it's stressing me out because literally we have 2 episodes left. I don't know where the show's going anymore. I never knew in the first place, to be quite honest. They were just like, oh yeah, the show. It was just like every episode is like, I don't know where this is going, but I just know I'm gonna watch the next episode. There's only 2 left. There's only 2 episodes left. This is such a weird feeling, man. This may be my favorite show. And this Marvel have set the bar so high right now. And this is the show that I was least looking forward to out of all the Marvel TV shows to come out. I was just here like, yeah, I'm looking forward to Loki. I'm looking forward to the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm looking forward to What If. And then it was just like, oh yeah, also WandaVision. I was just like, okay, I'll watch it because it's a Marvel show. Like, I'm not going to not watch a Marvel thing. But now I'm just here like, I'm so invested. I like Wanda's character, and I did not like her before this show came out. I like Vision's character, I didn't like him before the show came out. Like, I liked Darcy well enough, and she's in this, and that's great. And I actually forgot about Jimmy Woo before. Like, I forgot he was in Ant-Man too, until literally I saw it on Twitter. And even Monica, the only time we've seen her was in Captain Marvel. And it's like, I am enjoying the characters, I'm enjoying the expansion of the world. I just don't know what to expect. I don't know what I was expecting before this show started, but it wasn't this, it wasn't any of this. And I'm so excited for not only the next 2 episodes of this show, but also the Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes out next month. That's great because I love Sam and Bucky. I'm so excited. Marvel really have stepped up their game with this show. Because I enjoy this a lot more than I enjoyed Endgame. And that's saying something. Because when I first watched Endgame, I was like, oh my god, this is the best movie ever. Like, nothing can compare. And then I got to like 3 months later and I was just like, okay. Every time I think about Endgame, my opinion of it gets lower and lower because I still do not agree with some of the character choices in Endgame. But here we are. And I'm just here like, straight up, hands down, I think this is one of the best things that Marvel have made. Hands down, this is the best piece of media that Marvel has made. And you know what? I don't think you're going to be able to fight me on this one. If you don't like WandaVision, that's fine. But I really, really enjoy it. Although if you don't like WandaVision, I don't know why you watched this video of me literally talking about WandaVision. But, you know. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I personally really enjoy this show, and this is the one that I had the least expectations about. Like, my expectations were low. I was just here like, you know what? As long as I like it more than I liked Thor the Dark World and Iron Man 2, that's fine. And it's like, yeah, I can't believe I can't believe this is from the same studio that brought us Iron Man 2. And For the Dark World. Because this is such a step up from those movies. Like, this... Like, it's hard to compare this to the Marvel movies that came before. But this will be top tier for me. If I had to do a tier ranking of all the things in the MCU that I've watched, this will be in top tier. I don't know. I love this show. I love this show, and I've literally been rambling on about how much I love this show for like the past 5 minutes. So, all that being said, I'm gonna end this video here. If you like this video, give it a like, comment down below your thoughts on episode 6, episode 7, the show in general, or give me some predictions of where you think this show is going for the last 2 episodes. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I talk about WandaVision for the next 2 Sundays. There's only 2 Sundays left. And then once the Falcon and Winter Soldier starts, that will be my new Sunday TV show ramble. Hit the bell to get notified every single time I upload a video. I usually post on Thursdays and Sundays at 3 PM GMT, but occasionally I don't quite post at the right time. So get notified as soon as I upload a video. Follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter. Both will be on screen as well as in the description down below. And until next time, guys.